Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Of course, my name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to, of course, a brand new episode of LEGO Jurassic World Custom Dinos! Of course, I hope you guys are having a fan-fantastic day. As always, if you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Custom Dinos for LEGO Jurassic World, please don't forget to leave a like. If we could hit 1,000 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. Sauceum. Now, of course, on top of that, every single time, guys, when you watch an episode of Custom Dinos, if you have any ideas, suggestions, or even your own dino DNA that you would like to share, don't forget to leave that in the comments section below. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of dinos you guys want to see. And today we're going to be doing kind of a giant amalgamation of things. Of course, we're going to go back to some superhero stuff. Don't worry, I actually am planning, hopefully, to do one of the most requested themes was to do a Teen Titans themed episode. So what I want to do is maybe next time we'll do that. I'm not sure if we'll do it in one video to do all the Teen Titans or not, but we'll see. So don't worry, stay tuned for that as well. If you have any other ideas, definitely leave those in the comments section below. And let's get rocking and rolling with today's design. So first and foremost, what we're going to do is actually look at one of the designs that was submitted by one of you lovely folks, and that was for a compy, a custom compy from Wolf and Cub, and he or she sent in a custom compy that will look like AntMan, which is kind of interesting because I think, from what I recall, we have done that before, but it was a very highly liked comment, and I was like, okay, obviously people want to see that particular design, so I told myself, you know what, let's give it a go and take a look at it. And hopefully it will turn out pretty cool. I'm sure it will be. I'm gonna guess that it will be better than the one that I managed to pull off, but we will see here. All right, so here we are. Of course, as always, if you guys like the design, you can go ahead and utilize it as well. As I'm entering the DNA code. Okay, I already like it a lot. This looks amazing. Like, this is really, really, really well done. And let's see. Here we are. All right, so there's your version of the custom AntMan compy. I really, really like it. Now, again, I don't know if it's accurate to the AntMan movie because it's a lot more black and red than dark blue and red, which is what I think the costume was more like. I don't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure that that was the case, especially because I have a Marvel Legends figure of him, and he is red and dark blue and kind of silver as well. But with that in mind, if you want to customize this thing to be maybe also something along the lines of, let's say, Carnage, that would be pretty awesome as well. So thank you so very much for that absolutely phenomenal submission. That looks pretty sweet. I like it. I like it quite a bit, and we'll see it in the real world in just a moment. So now we move on to the two designs for today. So two of the designs that were highly, highly requested were very surprising. I'm serious. I really did not expect that. But one was SMAUG, the big dragon from the Hobbit films. He's basically fully red. At first I thought, okay, you know what, we're going to use a Spinosaurus for him because that was one of the suggestions that I saw. But then I remembered the design is like, he's got wings and they're very, very prominent to be a part of his character. So I think what we will do is we'll customize a Pterodon instead into SMAUG. But again, if you guys would like to see at some point SMAUG done up as Spinosaurus, let me know as well in the comments section below. And then the other design that we're going to be working on for today is actually going to be Yoshi, who is predominantly, of course, green. He has like a reddish, orangish, well, it's kind of, yeah, it's red, shell on his back, and then kind of like a white part on the belly and everything. So those are going to be the main colors that we go for there. So let's begin with, I guess, SMAUG. We're going to go with the Pterodon because that is the biggest of the flying dinos that is available to us. So let's get rocking and rolling here, shall we? Can we have a Spinosaurus head for this or no? I don't think so. Alright, well, I think we're gonna have to go with probably this head right here because it's the widest of the bunch and we're trying to go for obviously SMAUG's kind of face, so that will work. Obviously can't work anything with the body. And then we get to the coloring side of things, and this is where it's gonna get interesting because we're gonna probably just use different hues of red to try to bring this thing to life. Ooh, okay, I really like the way that looks already. I have to be quite honest. That looks pretty awesome. Like, look at that. Oh, that looks amazing. Let's see if we... Ooh, okay, I think that looks even cooler, though. With the black accents there, I think that looks pretty cool. All right, let's see. What about pattern? Pattern-wise, do we want to... Ooh, that kind of looks cool. The polka dots, I like that. All right, so we're either going to go with the default... or the polka dot. I think the polka dots looks a little bit cooler because it almost looks like dragon scales. So I think that will work. As far as the DNA code for this dino, there it is, guys. You can go ahead and jot that down and utilize it for your own game if you would like to do so. So there you go. And now, of course, let's move on to the last, but certainly not least, design for today. And that is Yoshi. Now, Yoshi was a tough one because I was like trying to decide. I was like, at first, when I decided that we're going to use the Corythosaurus, sorry, because I felt like he kind of is shaped like Yoshi, you know what I mean? Like he's kind of like standing up on two legs and kind of like the arms are forward. So I think that this is the best dino to utilize for Yoshi. I could be wrong. Like, again, I looked at it. I was like, okay, maybe the Dilophosaurus, because it's kind of similar as well, you know, with the two legs forwards and stuff. I was predominantly looking for designs that were, initially at least, looked as similar as possible to Yoshi to begin with. And I really, really do think that the Corythosaurus is probably the one that is the closest of the bunch. Again, if you guys disagree with that, I am more than happy to redo the Yoshi design at some point in the future. Let me know in the comment section below. I always read them, just like we did with the Godzilla. We redesigned it and went back and did it again. So, again, let me know, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. All right, so let's begin by customizing the head, which will be a very, very important feature, because that will hopefully... Oh, man, okay, well, I was kind of hoping to remove that little, like... spiky part, and I think that only the Spinosaurus removes the little like mohawk part you see right there. So we're gonna go with this as the head. The body I actually think is good because, well, except for the shell, you see, he does have a red shell on his back, which is, we could either go with the Spinosaurus to kind of simulate that shell, or the other option is, of course, to go with the Ankylosaurus and then use that to customize the design. That could work as well. So, okay, let's try the Ankylosaurus. If we don't like it, we can always change it up. The tail we're going to keep the same because I think it works. And let's get rocking and rolling here, shall we? All right, so now we got to pick which green we're going to go with. I think either this one that we currently have, or maybe... Ooh, that one looks nice too. This one is too dark, and this one is way too bright. But it kind of... I don't know. I feel like Yoshi's not this bright green. I feel like he's this shade of green, or at least that's the closest one of the bunch. Now let's see, what part is this gonna change? Okay, so that changes the shell. So ideally we'd like that to be red, and then we'd like... Okay, why are the other parts not changing color? Oh, there we go. Okay, there we are. And if there's any way to get that color onto the belly, that would be exceptional, and I don't think there is, unfortunately. Yikes. Ah, yeah. I kind of wish we could have got it to be like... You see how there's two different shades of green? There's like the darker green, and then right where the belly area is, there's like a lighter shade of green. I was hopeful that that would mean that we can like customize the colors a bit more. I wonder what would it look like if we went with the white design for the body. Let's say, whoa, that's not it. I think we had the white color before. There we are. And then maybe do green for everything else. No, that looks more like Yoshi or something like that. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to stick with what we had before. So let's go back to this green. And then I am somewhat... I'm a little bit stumped here because I don't know specifically what would be the best thing here to do. In terms of design. I kind of wanted to have the shell be red, of course, because that's how Yoshi, he has a little shell on his back, right? That is red, so I kind of felt like that could work. But unfortunately, that then leaves us in a weird position with the other colors, and we can't get the white to appear. Or at least very effectively. I mean, I guess technically this isn't a terrible look. I just wish we could have positioned the colors to fit a little bit better, because right now they're just kind of out of place, to be quite frank. So I think we're just gonna have to go with the default design because that's the one that looks the most kind of cohesive of the bunch. The only other idea that I currently have is for us to try out and see what the Spinosaurus back looks like. Okay, that's interesting because that adds a lot more white, and I think that works better because it creates a better balance between the colors. So we're going to go with that. I think that looks a little bit better. So in terms of the dino DNA that we assembled for our Yoshi Corythosaurus, which this is the first time that we actually customized this dino, so I feel kind of happy because it's like we ignored this poor fella, and now we finally gave him a custom design. So there we are. We have all our dinos customized for today's episode of Custom Dinos, and now we, of course, need to travel on out to our territory and then summon in these dinos and take a look at them. We have AntMan, we have SMAUG, and then last but certainly not least, we have our Yoshi dino, the Corythosaurus. And that should be pretty sweet. And hopefully they're really, 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 really cool. I wish there was a dino that could like do the tongue attack so that then we could do like a really, really cool rendition of Yoshi. You know how in Yoshi's Island, I think those games were called, where he would always like do he would eat the eggs and then fire them out and stuff like that. That would be so cool.
Yes,
that would be a really cool ability. Again, I hope that if they make Lego Jurassic World 2, I hope they add so much more to the customization of the dinos because it's such a fun component of the game. All right, so let's begin first and foremost with our little compy. Where is it? Is it not in here? Oh, I forgot. I don't think it summons through there. I think you have to summon it through here, don't you? I think so. Yep, there it is. All right, so here is our little AntMan, or not ours, Cub and Wolves, or Wolf and Cubs, AntMan. And I do have to say, obviously, black and red goes together way better than dark blue and red.
Hello.
And I think that it definitely looks cooler than the design that we pulled off. The only thing is, I don't know if it's as accurate, but it certainly looks awesome. So for that, it definitely gets some lovely, lovely points. Nicely done, my friend. I think you did exceptional work on that design. All right, so then we move on to Yoshi. We're actually going to have to travel to an aviary area, of course, to summon in our pterodon. I think Yoshi is going to be in this area. We also have never customized the Paracephalosaurus, have we? That's another dino that we've completely ignored. We need to, like, give some of the other dinos a little bit more love. All right, so here's the Corythosaurus, a.k.a. Yoshi. There's something really funny about the legs, the way that the legs move, to imagine him being Yoshi. I am Yoshi, and I am just gonna run across this bridge. Okay, I don't know why I find that to be so funny, but for some reason, it's just really, really funny the way that he's able to just like move around. His legs are really, really goofy. Unfortunately, he can't jump, so no platforming from this particular version of Yoshi. Obviously, in a regular Mario game, we would always see some of that, but I still think it turned out pretty cool. I think it turned out really well. I like how the colors look. Again, it's always like when you customize the dino in the designer, sometimes the colors don't look so good together, but then out here, they're like, whoa, look at that. They're so vibrant and colorful and beautiful. So I really like the way it turned out. And then, of course, ladies and gents, last but certainly not least, we need to head to the aviary to summon in our... Whoops, I forgot I need to actually switch from the dino or else we can't travel, unfortunately. We need to go ahead and switch out and travel to the aviary to summon in our SMAUG dino, which is predominantly a red pterodon. Which, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I did see somebody submit some cool ideas for like a Superman pterodon, and I thought, oh, that sounds really cool. So hopefully we'll do that in the future. I mean, there's some really, really cool ideas that you guys have been submitting in the comments, which is why I'm blown away by the reception for the series and just how incredibly creative some of the ideas are. So I'm looking forward to getting to a lot of them, but keep them coming, guys. Can't wait to read what you guys come up with for today's episode. All right, so let's get rocking and rolling. We're going to go ahead and summon in our, or at least hopefully lovely, custom pterodon. Ooh, yeah. All right, the red speckles did turn out to be quite awesome. Oh, look at that. He looks so menacing, doesn't he? Especially here in the shade. He looks like some sort of boss fight monster. Whoa, that's really cool. I really like the way that turned out. That's pretty awesome. There we are. Sorry. Of course, he has a little spiral attack. So watch out, hobbits. We are ready to strike here with Mr. SMAUG Pterodon. I mean, this turned out really surprisingly well. I love that wingspan. Like, look at that. That just looks so cool. Let's get in the sun so you can kind of see that better. Look at the vibrant red And I think it was a great idea to go ahead and like choose the 2 different shades of red and not just stick with the all bright red, because I think it kind of gives it that extra shade. Like you see how we have bright red on the lower parts of the wings and then some parts of the face, but then there's that darker kind of red as well. I think that works really, really well. Like together they blend in to work quite nicely. So there we are, guys. That is our SMAUG Pterodon. Of course, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to leave a like, share the video with your family and your friends. I do indeed hope to see you lovely folks here next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Oh yeah, and of course, because we gave him the Dilophosaurus head, he can actually spew the Dilo acid as well, which is makes it a lot more menacing. So it kind of recreates as if he's a fire-breathing dragon. All right, peace out, guys. I'll see you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.